Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Well, the police minister was crowing about the government's action on small boats, but the truth is this. So far this year, the government has allowed in 23,000 illegal immigrants across the Channel. That is 52% up on the last year under this government, and this year has been by far the worst ever. And numbers in asylum hotels are now higher than at the time of the election.
Hello MVUK, it's Pete here. Welcome back to the channel. Happy Sunday everybody. We're going to have a quick look at the migrant hotels today because we're seeing a lot of controversy this week with the Bell Hotel in Epping and obviously the Britannia Hotel in Canary Wharf, which both areas are experiencing protests over the weekend. On Friday, it was fantastic to see the Council of Epping unanimously voting in the notion to close the Bell Hotel for use of migrant accommodation. Fantastic. So they're now going to lobby the Home Office, unanimous across parties. Every single one of them stood up and represented the people of Epping for a change. So for a change, I'm going to say well done. And that's it. Anyway, what we're going to have a look at today is just have a little delve into these hotels and what they're about. So firstly, the thing that caught my attention and the reason I wanted to do this video for you today was this. Check this out. So it says here the Home Office are threatening asylum seekers in migrant hotels, homelessness if they refuse the hotel move, i.e. the dispersion, which I'll talk about in a minute. But, you know, old Cupcake, who's come here on a boat with absolutely no qualifications, no tax payments, no national insurance contributions, no anything, nishta, nothing, in a 4-star hotel, 3-star, 5-star, it don't matter, it's not a tent, is it? But they're in a hotel, living the life of Riley, while we're busting our butts for virtually nothing. Nothing. And now they've got the barefaced cheek to say they don't want to leave the hotel because the next wherever they're going is inappropriate for their lifestyle. Well, hang on. What lifestyle did you come from? Surely, I'm not going there. Anyway, so what you can see is statistic it says here in this news article is 210 hotels in the UK are being used to house migrants as they come over. Well, so let's have a quick look at how many people are coming over then. So what we've got here is actually 213 hotels are being used, housing, yes, 32,000 migrants at a cost of £8 million a day. Imagine £8 million a day being pumped into child protection services, which we're going to need to pump that much money into a day with all of these people coming over with absolutely no accountability, no criminal record trace checks or knowledge, yet they're in hotels right next to schools, right in your community. I mean, how do you feel about that? Please leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Keep it clean. We do have families watch this show. So there you go. We've got a history of hundreds of thousands of them coming since 2019. And anyway, so the nut shot of it, because you can probably pause this and read it at your own leisure, is that in the last year, although it sort of slowed down towards the end of 2024, it has actually increased since then. Because we have absolutely no deterrent, we've got no borders, we've got a government that actively wants refugees to come because, well, you can make up your own mind about that anyway. So there you go. So that they've been coming since 2019 and probably longer. They've been coming en masse. And don't forget, this 32,000, right? They're the ones we know about. They are the ones we know about. We don't know about the ones that America would call gotaways, which are the ones that the Border Force don't pick up. There are tens of thousands of those. And people I know in Dover and Deal and all around there, folks, and they all say they see dinghies on the beach all the time, where obviously they've made it past border control because border control are limited to like 2 or 3 boats. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. What are we doing? What are we doing? Right. Anyway, I'll tell you what we're doing. Let's check out the statistics for last week's smaller boat arrivals, which amount up to about 600, 650. I can't remember. I worked it out earlier. But ultimately, 10 boats come in. We have had some choppy weather on the channel, which has deterred them. But in the next 6 weeks, we are literally looking at tens of thousands coming. Tens of thousands of them. And like I allured on earlier, 7,500 of our veterans are sleeping rough and homeless right now. That's like my ex-pals homeless on the streets of London. Unbelievable. They've fought and in some cases they've lost friends, they've died, they can't deal with those losses, they've got PTSD, they've turned to drink or drugs or whatever. They just haven't had the support that they need. And they're not getting it now. And it's a kick in the teeth. A kick in the teeth that these people coming on small boats are getting put up in 4-star hotels, living the life of Riley, and ain't got the barefaced cheek, I tell you, to complain that they've got to leave the hotel with the spa and the dentist and the allowance. It drives me fucking wild, if you ask me truthfully. Unbelievable. We got 4,000 elderly people in the country that are 55 and over, which is the class of elderly, believe it or not. I've not got long before I'm elderly. But 4,000 of those are homeless. So that's over 10,000 of our own sleeping on the street that could be rehabilitated, that need a doctor, that need a dentist, that need an allowance, that need a bed for the night, a safe space. Why are we not giving our elderly and our veterans a safe space? Why are we protecting people that are literally abusing our communities? They're running riot, I tell you. Unbelievable. I'll tell you, I'm so incensed. How do you feel about this? I mean, be controlled, but leave me a comment. And if you're not subscribed, I am a one-man band. I do my own editing. I do everything myself. So do subscribe. It really helps. Sorry about that. I get a little phone call there while I'm on air. Oh, I'll have a rant at him in a minute as well. Right. So if you think that's bad, right? We got over 10,000 of our own on the street homeless, and we're putting up these small boat arrivals in hotels and treating them well and all of that, which, you know, if they're persecuted, yeah, they're not. And I'll show you that in a minute. So stay tuned. I've got some more things coming up for you guys to check out. Right. Accommodation. Interesting. This is interesting. Now, there's the slide that you see on your screen now in large. I'm going to talk behind it if that's okay with you guys. What we've got here is the dispersion from hotels into accommodation. Now, this is HMOs. This is council houses. This is rightfully your property. You pay tax. You've worked all your lives here. You deserve this at the head of the queue. These guys are getting it. And where is it happening the most? So it's happening the most, believe it or not, in the Northwest, where I grew up, or where I was raised, where I get my values and morals from. I can see this going down like a lead brick up there. Unbelievable. But there you go. So the light blue is hotels. And the dark blue, they're the two denominators that we should really focus on here. I mean, I have the other data as well. But the light blue is the amount of hotels by percentage being used to accommodate migrants. And the dark blue is the amount of accommodation that rightfully belongs to you in the community that's been doled out to people, freeloaders, coming here with their cap in hand. They haven't even done anything anywhere. It's ridiculous. I'm literally spitting feathers here. Unbelievable. So what I did was I thought, hang on, I'm going to have a look at this. So just to lighten the mood, I Googled it. You see at the top there, if I'm English and come to the UK on a small boat, can I claim asylum? And, you know, the AI has told us, no, you cannot claim asylum in the UK if you're English and arrive by small boats. Asylum is a protection claim made by individuals who fear persecution from their own home country and are seeking refuge in a country. Right. Well, I'll just minimise that for a second. I feel like I'm being persecuted in my own home country by an invasion of unvetted fighting age males coming to the UK, abusing our communities, our trust, our generosity and our kindness and our tolerance. Well, the tolerance is running out, as you saw in Epping, as you saw in Diss, as you see in Wales, as you see in London, as you see everywhere around the country at the moment. People are having an outpouring. And what I do want to say, just take this off the screen, what I do want to say is I want you to protest peacefully. It's very important that we follow the lead of the Epping ladies and women and girls. They've set a standard, they've set a benchmark, they've shown us what works. They went out peacefully, they didn't engage in any violence, there was no rhetoric other than save our kids. And every single member of the council cross-party voted to close that hotel. This is the strategy that works. This is what we've got to roll out across the country. This is what we've got to unite the kingdom and do. We must remain peaceful. We must spread our voice and get out there and be heard. Brilliant. Brilliant. The ladies of Epping, I salute you. I absolutely salute you. You're the best. So, right, if you're getting value from this video, please do like, share, and ultimately subscribe. A lot of you, like about 99% of you that watch this, don't subscribe, and it would mean so much to me. No one sees if you've subscribed or not. They can't see that. So your anonymity is fine, but do subscribe. Right. So anyway, here we go. The Minister for Border Security and Asylum, Dame Angela Eagle, if you remember her, she was one of the runners for the leadership in the Labour Party back in, I think it was 2019 or 2018, I can't remember. There was her, Crowbar, or Corbyn. He's a despicable person. Crowbar, as I call him. So if you hear me say Crowbar, it means Corbyn. And someone else, what was his name? The Welsh prat. Someone let me know in the comments if you remember what that Welsh geezer was called. Utton, what a fool. Anyway, in February 23, the Home Office, which was the Tories at the time, but, you know, the Labour have had a year to change this or smash the gangs or whatever fluff they're putting out this week. Oh, no, 1 in, 1 out, which gives right to 96% of migrants to stay, regardless of if they're wrong uns or not. Right, it says, anyway, I'll read this out to you. I haven't got it for the screen, but it says, in February 23, the Home Office introduced streamlined asylum processing called SAP, Streamlined Asylum Processing, SAP, in order to deal with manifestly well-founded applications more rapidly. Under the process, citizens of 6 countries, and they're all here, Afghanistan, Eritrea, Libya, Sudan, Syria and Yemen. I mean, they're all the places you want to be coming into the UK, right? Because they've got a real high benchmark when it comes to how they treat women, how they conduct themselves, really. Embarrassing. So, look, I'll put the map on the screen. But you can see the countries here. I've circled them on the map. And, yeah, so the kind of concept of asylum is you flee your war-torn country or your country where dictatorship is persecuting you. You might be a Christian in a Muslim country. You might be, I don't know, where you might be a gay or a lesbian in a Muslim country. See a pattern emerging here with Muslim countries. They don't like anything. So you might be running away from persecution for your what way you love. And you run to the first safe country, which on the whole of it is Greece, Bulgaria, or Italy. Okay? So then you can see in between the yellow lines there on the screen, you then think, actually, these countries are being bombed, they're being overrun by dictators, they're being ransacked. So you have to run all the way through them to get to England, right? Which is the only safe country on the planet. Oh, come on, give me a break. And then they've got all sorts of fluff in Calais. I'll just take the screen down because it incensed me. You got all sorts of fluff in Calais, where you got groups giving out advice and this and that on the other about how to, you know, get around immigration controls, such as, you know, I'm gay, I'm from a Muslim country, running from, you know, the Taliban or Hamas, or you might be whatever, you know. So it's just a joke, you know. And this is the thing: we need a strong leader that will turn the boats around, take them back to France, and drop them off, and just say, France, take them back to Germany. Germany, take them back to Italy. Italy, take them back to wherever they come from, and drop them off. You know, stop letting them get through the country. Now, Greece has took a bit of a hard line in the last week or two, where they said anyone coming in without the right paperwork is going to prison, or they'll get a free return trip home. You choose. And they've already started to bus people to prisons. But even that is not good enough, because the prisons are soft. Send them to El Salvador. That will sharpen their senses. No one's going to want to come here or land in Greece if they're going to El Salvador. No offence to El Salvador people, because I know one of my friends from Brazil is from El Salvador, and he's a great guy. Hi, Marco. He'll never watch this. Right, so what's the solution? So there are all of the issues that are going on. Where I was going with those countries that have been shortlisted by SAP is they're getting a priority to stay, and I don't agree with that. Let me know what you think of that. Should they be given a priority to stay because their countries have been persecuted with war or civil war? No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't at all. Because there are many countries before us that are safe. So turn them round and show them the door. No offence, but that's just how I feel about the matter. That's my opinion, my personal opinion. And I'm allowed that opinion, because we live in a free-speaking democracy, although the Online Safety Act came in yesterday, so this might get closed down soon. It's nice knowing you, but if I can carry on, I'll be here. So again, I want to reiterate that when these hotels are populated with migrants, the government strategy is to reduce the amount of hotels being used. Now, this is smoke and mirrors. Now, hear me out on this. You're going to like this. So they're going to reduce the amount of hotels. Now, it's quite common that the government have commandeered all of the hotels on seaside resorts, from Margate to Ramsgate to Clacton to Skegness to Whitby Bay to wherever. They've took them over there, like 20, 30 bed hotels, you know, for people going to seaside. They took them over. So what they're going to do is they're going to take a hotel like the Britannia, which has a bedroom of 450 or so room occupancy. They're going to take, let's say, I don't know, 20 or 30, 10 to 20 bed hotels, close them. Then they're going to spin it to the media that they've shut down 20 or 30 migrant hotels, and they're going to ship all of those migrants and put them in the Britannia. So they've not moved all the migrants out of hotels. They've just moved them into one bigger hotel, but they're going to brag on their social media and the news that they've pulled out of the hotels. You watch my words. This is what's going to happen. And this is why the protests at the Britannia Hotel right now are so very poignant, so very important. Don't get brought into anything with the far left radical lunatics. Do not lower to their game. They're going to antagonise you. Leave it. Just let them have the say. Sticks and stones and break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Just let them say what they want to say. Say some stuff back, but just no fisticuffs. It's not it. Anyway, what we can do, in addition to our peaceful protests, is you can sign this petition. So there's a petition going on, and I didn't even know this was happening until I did some research about this topic. So here you go. This is the link is in the description, although my last post on my channel, so if you go to my posts on the tabs along the top, you'll see the link in there, but I'll link it up in the description below this video. Okay, so the issue you're going to have now with this kind of video, with our kind of peaceful protests is you're going to have counter protests. There are people out there who want to protect and support these rapists, these murderers, these utter scuffers. They want to protect them. They want to let them run riot and rampage in our communities around our children. They want to let these people round our children. I have a real issue with this. It's disgusting. On so many levels, it's absolutely heinous. Anyway, breathe. Right. So, sign the petition. It's an extra layer of, momentum. And then what we've got to do is we've got to adopt the tactics of the women and the girls from Epping, and we've got to go out and we've got to protest. Now, when we go out, like I just said, there's going to be antagonisers coming after you because they think that you're far-right, Nazi, racist, despicable human beings, deplorables, everything. They just hate anyone who speaks against refugees and migrants and whatever else. All the dribble that are coming to the country. Anyway, I've got no problem with immigrants. I married 25 years, beautiful. She immigrated with a passport and a visa and then got citizenship. She didn't need to come on a boat. If you come on a boat, you're hiding something. And you're hiding something or you've done something wrong. Or both. So there you go. So these guys, I'll put this on the post on the screen for you now. Check this out, right? So these guys here, say no to racist reform UK, march against fascism, unite versus Tommy Robinson on the 13th of September, which is when we're having our big freedom of speech rally down there. It's going to be amazing. Big family festival environment. It's going to be good. It's going to be speeches and there's going to be gigs and there's going to be lots of chat, loads of flags. It's going to be amazing. But these guys don't want that. They don't want people to celebrate being British. They want to be commies. Anyway, so what I've got to ask them, so this is the sort of thing we're dealing with here. Is this guy a racist fascist? Someone let me know. Because quite frankly, I don't know this guy. I've seen him at the rallies. He's quite a popular protest guy. And I've seen him talking on videos and he seems like a really nice chap. I'd love to meet him one day. Maybe on September the 13th. I've applied for my media pass with Urban Scoop. I'll follow that up in a week. But yeah, is this guy a racist? To be fair, you've got to redefine the word racist if you think he is. And one other picture for you guys, just to, level it out a bit. Are these ladies and gentlemen racists? I draw your attention to the lady in the blonde in the centre of the picture, holding the sign that says "Make Epping Safe Again." She's the one on the left in the blue sort of outfit, very smart. She's the governor of the local, former governor of the local school. So very educated and articulate lady. And she's not racist, but she's concerned about her children. Absolutely. And there you go. So that concludes this video. A little bit of info about the hotels, about where it started and why we use it, why they use it, why we use it. I don't want to use them. Personally, I'm ex-military. So I would set up a field base on the top of the cliffs of Dover where it's really windy and cold because I served in Dover. Hey Dover guys, you're all amazing by the way. Is the Elephant and Hind pub still open? We used to go there and we used to have a skinful and we used to go to New Age nightclub or we used to go to Images. Woof, what a night out. And then stumble up the hill to the barracks. Anyway, I'd set up a tented complex down there on the coast, on the cliffs, sorry. Get them all in there, open the sides up, get them all nice and acclimatised. Then I'd make them work. I'd make them go around the beaches of Kent, picking up litter and cleaning it all up and earning their pay. And then right then I'd give them some money because they earned it. And then if they did that for 6 months and they proved themselves, then I might consider moving them to maybe something like an army barrack accommodation block where they can do some more meaningful work. But I don't run the country. We've got a lady here, check this out, who is running the Home Office. I mean, are we screwed here or what? Anyway, finally, to leave you there for the Sunday, do subscribe to the video, do like it, do share it, do whatever you want with it. But have a great day and I'll speak to you soon. It's Pete at MV UK.